Okay, so let's talk about kind of keep.google.com's options here on the buttons. One on the left-hand side, you've got the notes. Those are the notes you've been taking, whether it's on your phone or otherwise. Reminders, if there are any that have a reminder or any reminders that you have, they would show up here. Labels, if you have notes set up as labels, you can do that. If you edit the labels, you can add new labels. Archive, which I'm not going to hit, are for notes that you don't want to see anymore. You can always pull them back, but this is a good way if you're going to show this to a class like we are now. You can kind of keep things hidden in your archive so that people can't see them, and then you can pull them back and forth depending on what you need. If you have lots and lots and lots of notes like myself, you can kind of keep ones that you're not using right now in the archive and then pull them back as needed. Then you got trash if you want to get rid of notes. And when you're taking a look here, the notes are fairly simple, but you can get more complex. And as you see on my screen here, I've got some ones that are photos with like a question. I've got some links, which I'll show you how to do that. I've got a list. I've even got a picture attached to my list that's a drawing I made. So if you want to take a new note, you can title it. You can put a note in. You can pin it, which means it would sit at the top of your list no matter what you were looking at, phone or otherwise. This is to set a reminder. If you want to set a reminder or a place, you can do that. This is to add a collaborator. So if you want to put in a person to share that note with, or persons, students can share notes with each other. It can be a useful note-taking tool. You can change the color of the note. You can add an image to the note. If you click that, it will open up a spot to add an image. So for example, if I want to pull in an image, I could do that. If I want to get rid of that image, I can trash it. Now, you could archive it, which I'm not sure you would want to archive a note right away, but basically that archive button shows up on any note at any time. You've also got 3 dots. Delete note, self-explanatory, it would get rid of it. You can add it to a label. So if you want it to be part of the FETV label group, it could do that. And then basically when I hit FETV, it will show that note. If I click on the note again, I can open it in that edit mode. I can add a drawing to the note. I could add dots or squares. And then when I press back, I've got myself my note. Now, other options, I can show check boxes. So if I need check boxes, it's going to put my notes in check boxes. And so now that note exists. If I grab image text, basically it's going to take whatever the image was and put the text in there. Or you could copy this out to Google Docs if you so chose. If you copy it out to Google Docs, basically what's going to happen is it's going to open up a Google Doc with that particular set of notes in it. And I'm going to press open. And it pushed that out. I'm going to show you an idea that I saw at a tech conference that uses that as a base of an idea for students. You can also, just for the sake of argument, you can move notes to rearrange if you need that to happen. And that's kind of the basics. I mean, really, that's the buttons and how they work. And when you click on a list item, it drops it depending on what settings you've set up. We're going to go to settings here in a second and walk you through those. But what I want to show you is kind of, okay, let's say you're on a blank document. You can always get to those list items. If you check it there, then when you come back to keep.google.com, it'll be checked. So I hope that was helpful. And in the next video, we'll talk about things.